Okay, today we're doing solving exponential equations. And we have three vocabulary words: exponential equation, compound interest, and exponential inequality. Those are the three types of problems we're going to do. This is an example of an exponential equation. Notice the equal sign. That means equation. The first rule when you solve these is that your bases need to match. Your bases right now are a 2 and an 8. They don't match. In class, you're going to fill out this chart. And this chart is going to tell you how to get the bases to match. This chart, tomorrow in class, will tell you that 8 is the same thing as 2 cubed. So I've rewritten it. 2 to the x equals 2 cubed cubed. Power to a power rules from page 333 says that when you have those two together like that, you multiply. 2 to the x is the same as 2 to the 9th. Once you have it, you can drop the bases. Since 2 is the same as 2, you can get rid of those completely and you're left with x equals 9, which is your answer. Here's one's a little harder. 9 to the 2x minus 1 equals 3 to the 6x. Well, your first rule is, again, your bases have to match. So I went to my chart, and I looked in my chart, and I found out that 9 is the same as 3 squared. So I replaced the 9 with 3 squared. The outside stays the same. This side of the equation stays the same. Now, power to a power rule, I multiply. When I'm multiplying a binomial, I'm going to use distribution. That leaves me with 3 to the 4x minus 2, still equal to 3 to the 6x. Now at the bottom of this page, I can drop the bases. I got rid of the 3's. Now I'm just left with 4x minus 2 equals 6x. I solve it, and I've erased it already, but x equals negative 1. You might want to pause the video here to write this stuff down. This is the formula for compound interest. Easy formula. It's just a matter of plugging in things and knowing what the letters stand for. A is your total amount after a certain period of time. P is the principal or the original amount. R is your rate. Remember, if it's given to you as a percent, you have to convert it. N is how many times a year it's being compounded. And T is the amount of years. So in your notes, the sample problem is a kid is investing money. It's 4.2% compounded monthly. He's going to invest this much money to begin with. How much money will he have after 15 years? Well, that's your original amount, so that one's there. 1 plus your rate. I've converted the percent to a decimal. Over the number of times a year. It's monthly, 12 months in a year. That's where the 12 came from. Raised to the n, again, times t. And what's the answer to that problem? Oh, he's got like $4,688 after 15 years. More than almost doubled. The last type of problem is an exponential inequality. It looks the same as an exponential equation, but instead of an equal sign, we have an inequality. It's solved the same as an exponential equation. The first rule is your bases need to match. So again, I look at my chart. My chart tells me that 16 is the same as 2 to the 4th. My chart tells me that 8 is the same as 2 cubed. I'm going to multiply here using the distributive property. I'm going to drop my bases because they're the same. That's going to give me 8x minus 12 is less than 3. Solve it for x. X is less than 15 over 8. And I'm done.